Open any Fortune 500 strategic roadmap or venture capital pitch deck, and you will find the entire premise anchored to a single metric, total addressable market, or TAM. It dictates where multi-billion-dollar capital is deployed and draws the boundaries of global corporate ambition. Right now, leaders inside these legacy financial institutions are staring at their TAM data and panicking. They look at their numbers and see a consumer base with no room left to grow. CEOs are retreating into survival mode. They are hollowing out workforces and deploying AI strictly to squeeze higher margins out of their existing customers. Because growth appears to have peaked, modern capitalism is currently defined by a zero-sum war over a shrinking pie. Wall Street is currently operating on a fraction of the actual global economy, mistaking its own architectural boundaries for a saturated market. The global market that corporations currently fight over accounts for roughly 14% of the human population. Because big tech and Wall Street can legally and technologically process data from this tiny visible fraction, they treat it as the total population of the planet. They have capped their ambition at the edge of their own technical blindness. This failure to see beyond a narrow dataset sits at the root of economic anxiety. To understand why this blind spot exists, look at Layer 2 of the Internet, the architecture currently running global commerce. This architecture relies on an extraction model, pulling raw data from the outer edges and hoarding it in centralized cloud data lakes. This process hits a hard mathematical wall, the static reconciliation limit. Legacy databases only reliably track populations that remain highly static. The visible 14% are people with predictable lives, 30-year mortgages, 800 credit scores, and stable broadband. Their digital trails are clean and easily tracked. Legacy algorithms can only process the easily extractable, which leaves anyone with a complex or dynamic life invisible to the global ledger. The remaining 86% of humanity exists just outside those corporate firewalls. They are the dynamic majority, navigating gig economies, fragmented healthcare systems, and transit latency. Their core needs are frequently unmet, and because their daily routines are in constant motion, their data is not fit neatly into a legacy database. Even if the technology could track them, global privacy regulations like HIPAA and GDPR criminalize the extraction and pooling of their data. Without a way to cross-reconcile these individuals, legacy ledgers see them only in fragmented bursts across isolated silos. They become exponential ghosts. Excluding this majority represents a significant oversight, as it ignores the largest untapped organic growth vector available to the global economy. Building a larger, more intrusive data lake will not solve the problem. Centralized extraction has reached its terminal limit. To complete the global market, we must fundamentally change the physical direction of how algorithms connect to the edge. This is why Greg Reynolds and the Prosperity Co-Creation Corporation are deploying Layer 3, the Zyro Hive protocol. Instead of pulling data to a centralized cloud, Layer 3 pushes the algorithmic query securely to the edge. The processor computes truth locally, instantly wiping raw data from memory. Only the verified pattern syncs back, ensuring absolute privacy and zero corporate liability. This architectural shift provides a way for the global enterprise to expand beyond its current limits. By replacing probabilistic guessing with deterministic truth, we can digitally reconcile the invisible 86% without violating their privacy. Moving toward 100% market equilibrium ends the era where corporations must fight a zero-sum war over an exhausted 14%. The global market is currently limited by obsolete architecture. Re-engineering that connection provides the path to sustainable, organic growth across the entire planet.